The collection was amassed by New York real estate developer Paul Tishman and his wife. The Tishmans were drawn to large, powerful works that reflected the diversity of African art. The collection includes 525 objects representing more than 75 ethnic groups from 20 countries, encompassing most major styles of African art. The Walt Disney Company purchased the collections in 1984 and made the works accessible to the public by loan and special exhibit, until the works were donated to the Smithsonian's National Museum of African Art. Michael Eisner presented the gift just before he stepped down as CEO of the Walt Disney Company.
And it's clear without question there only is one National Museum of African Art. There only is one Smithsonian. There's only one museum for all of Americans. It's got a building, it's got a place to display it, it's got a great curator, and it became absolutely obvious that the best repository of this great collection that Ruth and Paul Tishman spent 20 years collecting, which I had learned over the 20 years was an extraordinary collection. The Disney Company, the board of directors were all thrilled to finally, after 21 years, find the right place for this great collection. Thank you very much.
The director of the museum, Sharon Patton, expressed her gratitude.
The Walt Disney Tishman African Art Collection contains works unsurpassed in rarity and uniqueness and unavailable in today's marketplace.
The Tishmans' purchases reflect the collecting practices of their time. They bought from dealers and auctions in New York, Paris, and London. The majority of objects are from West and Central Africa. Two of the first objects acquired by the Tishmans are on display: an 18th century Nigerian bronze helmet mask and a 19th century Nigerian ivory female figure. The collection underscores the Tishmans' interest in large-scale works. The exhibit includes 88 masterpieces. Some have never been exhibited. Highlights include a beaded bag, part of a regalia of a diviner for the Yoruba people of Nigeria, an iron staff which is kept inside the elaborately beaded sheath, dramatic art depicting beautiful women, forceful men, and animals that combine human and animal features. Curator Bryna Fryer explains.
This is a royal crown, a king's crown from the Yoruba people of Nigeria. And it's made out, it's a basketry frame, and then it's covered with imported glass beads. And it's the glass beads that are really significant, because only a king or somebody who's a living god, or someone who's in communication with the gods, such as a priest, is allowed to have totally beaded objects traditionally among the Yoruba. And this crown is particularly striking because of the number of the three-dimensional objects attached to the crown. You've got the veil, which covers the face of the king, the radiant power, literally, of the king. Then you have the traditional frontal face that's sort of confronting you. But this one has these, this male and female couple and these wonderful curl-tailed chameleons, which are additional symbols, probably, of both the creativity of the particular artist who made this and the power of the king who wore it.
An exquisitely carved ivory hunting horn from Sierra Leone is the most important work in the exhibition. The horn dates back to the late 15th century when talented African artisans were recognized. The horn was commissioned by Portuguese royalty to be a prestigious gift for the King of Spain, Ferdinand V. Curator Dr. Christine Kramer provides the details.
It dates from 1497 to 1500, and we can date it very precisely by the imagery. One of the important stories that this horn tells is that early on, European explorers coming to the coast of West Africa recognized the artistic skill, the aesthetic merit of African carvers, and commissioned an object such as this as a prestige gift for European royalty. What we see as we look at the imagery of this horn is that it has two heraldic designs, the coat of arms of the King of Portugal and the King of Spain. It was meant as a gift from one to the other to celebrate a royal marriage. It's also decorated with this very rich assortment of images of hunting scenes in a forest. And if you look closely at the hunting scene, you'll notice that it's taken very directly from European source material, portraying Europeans, their hunting dogs, amidst this sort of leafy forest environment. It was created from two-dimensional source material, but realized by African artists in a three-dimensional way. Very richly ornamented. It's also very complexly carved in terms of the chain itself. You'll notice a few links still remaining of an ivory chain, all carved of a single piece of ivory.
When you visit the Smithsonian National Museum of African Art in Washington, D.C., you will always find at least 60 works on display in a dedicated space called the Walt Disney Tishman African Art Collection. Carolyn Turner for VOA News.